Some graduate students have asked me, what are dependent and independent variables? In this short tutorial, I'm going to explain dependent and independent variables using two examples. It is important that you understand the concept of dependent and independent variables. Example 1. Imagine you want to study the effect of daily exercise on weight loss. The independent variable here is the daily exercise because it is the variable you want to manipulate or change to observe its effect on weight loss. So the daily exercise can be measured in terms of type, like jogging, walking, or swimming, or by duration. For example, is it possible that engaging in 30 minutes daily exercise can affect weight loss? Engaging in an hour exercise daily, can it increase weight loss or reduce weight loss? So in this case, daily exercise is the effect we are bringing to see how it can change the problem of this study, which is the dependent variable. Now, let me explain to you the concept of dependent variable. The dependent variable is the outcome or results you measure to determine the effect of the independent variable, in this case, the weight loss, because weight loss depends on the exercise routine. That is why it is a dependent variable. Why is it dependent? It is dependent because as you engage in daily exercise, changes in your weight occur. It is possible that engaging in daily exercise can either increase or decrease weight. So the change that daily exercise brings will affect weight loss. So in this case, weight loss, which is the dependent variable, depends on exercise routine, which is daily exercise. This concept can be applied to studies in other fields of study, for example, engineering, medical field, management, education, natural sciences, as the case may be. It must not be solely on these physical and health, education, or sports studies that I've talked about. Now, there's another important variable that are not always mentioned when students engage in thesis writing. That important variable is the control variable. So these are variables that the researcher keeps constant to ensure they do not interfere with the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable. For example, in this case, the control variable might be diet, age of the person engaging in daily exercise, the gender of the person complaining about weight loss or weight gain. Now, why is it a control variable? You use this variable to suppress the effect on the dependent variable to ensure that the result that the independent variable will bring can be trusted. I don't want to go deeper into using research terms that may end up confusing the student again. But what I'm trying to say in essence is that control variables are actually not the variables of focus in your study, but they help you to ensure that the effect that comes from the independent variable or variables can be considered appropriate. Example number 2. Let us consider a study examining how study habits affect academic performance among university students. The independent variable here is the study habits, which can be measured on the hours spent studying daily. You may want to check study habits based on the hour students spend studying on daily basis. We want to see how studying hours, a certain number of hours daily, can change students' grades in their exams. Of course, academic performance can be measured using probably students' grades or how students are able to respond to teachers' questions during classes. Academic performance will depend on students' study habits. So in this case, academic performance is the dependent variable, while the study habits, which brings the effect to change students' academic performance, is considered the independent variable. Again, control variable might mean difficulty level of the course, students' prior knowledge or access to study materials. These can be used to control the effect that independent variable brings to the dependent variable. So from what I have explained so far, you can see that a variable is any characteristic, attribute, or factor that can be measured, manipulated, or controlled in a study. It is the component of a research question or hypothesis that researchers aim to observe, analyze, or investigate to draw conclusions. Okay? So, for example, you can see that by manipulating the independent variable, example, increasing students' hours, and observing changes in the dependent variable like improving grades, the researcher or yourself can identify a cause and effect relationship. What do I mean by a cause and effect relationship? You can now conclude or draw a conclusion that by increasing study hours, students can improve their grades or their performances, okay? Or that by studying 3 hours, students might be able to increase or improve their grade. So this is how you can understand the variables in your study. Thank you for watching.